Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. Let me know if you can hear me, let me know if you can see me, and let me know if you're lying when you answer either of those things. And let me know how the music is, because it's going to be all varied. Hello, Avid Gamer, Fredo, Mr. Mumbles, Dan, who's actually gone, Storm, Kato, and Lord Chunk were in here earlier. I do not know if they're coming back. Yeah, the music's a bit loud on my end. It really is. I'm just going to do that real quick. Fredo pointing out that he cannot see me, that's good! See, I know that I'm still on the please stand by screen, but I specifically didn't change it to see if anyone would actually answer. See? And now... ta-da! Hi everyone. It's High Contrast Sarge here. For anyone who's seen the D&D streams, I glow like a ghost. But my hair has been getting darker recently, so I'm even more contrast. It's crazy. I just saw him for the note, yes, I'm lying, thank you. I also can't see if I can hear you. I'm not lying, music's a bit much. Alright, we'll turn the music down. Hopefully that's good. I only turned the music down on my headset, so you lot are having to deal with it the same. Oh. Rabbit always tells the truth when I'm lying. Well, that's very good. Oh. This is going to be kind of the mood of the stream, so adjust your own emotions accordingly. The music might change things. I can also change the lighting. I could do it like this. It could just be really glowing then. You don't like one day I'll have like an actual setup. Okay, that's better. I'm getting. I have to bounce. Can I show you? Yeah, okay, I can show you all. There probably isn't any details. I literally bounce the light off that wall. This is my lighting setup. It's a lamp, which I've got. I can't even pull it over, and I don't want to show it because I've probably got the bank details like stupid there. Yeah, it's that. That's my lighting setup. It's a wall. It's a wall. I'm too hot now. 1 sec. Alright, we're going to be replying to comments. Most of them are Civil War ones. If we scroll down, you'll see there's a bit of a bump in like really random comments, but yeah, the Stormcloak ones, and then we after the Stormcloak, look at this. That'll be fun to wade through. Yeah, then a bunch of Imperial ones jump in. And quite a few of them have, like, replies and stuff. And there's been a few on How to Say Killer recently. It's been nice to see. Oh, Killer's going on, I don't know what we argue about, but I'm ready. Perfect, Avid. Also noticed, Avid, I believe you've been uploading a bunch of videos recently. That's George's birthday. Happy this week, everyone. Happy Ace Week. I was about to say Happy Halloween, and I checked the diary, and it's not Halloween yet. Probably my next stream will be Halloween. Because I'm planning on jumping back in Fallout 76. Because I haven't played it in ages, and I'm kind of feeling like I need to play it at some point just to justify not installing it. But it's got the ban already. Well, excellent. Well, just wait for me to ban everyone in the comments here. Although, before we do that, let's check the health review. It's probably fine. I checked it like an hour or so ago, so... Yep, good stuff, you're caught up with everything. There's been a bunch of comments being thrown in the health review recently, for no good reason, just like they've been thrown in there. It's fine. There we go. So we can go back. Oh, Lord Chunk is 3 minutes late. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. For instance, so on Halloween we have Doctor Who, Sergeant Helverboss. Is it... Oh, turn music down, thank you for saying. Is it a new season, Doctor Who, starting on Halloween? Because I've seen stuff. Christopher, welcome to stream, says I'll comment here because I didn't comment on either of the videos. That's fair enough. I mean, people can still comment right now. I haven't even started. Someone's going, Fallout 76. Yes, Fallout 76. I'm planning on playing a little bit of it. There's really not much reason for me to go back to it, but they're doing some Halloween stuff at the moment, so I figure, like, I'll jump back in just a chill stream, because I'm doing nothing for Halloween, unsurprisingly. And I'm not doing, like, the stream week like I did last year, so yeah. So no BMX, fair enough. Hello, Flexible Nerd, welcome to the stream, and AJ Red, welcome to the stream as well. Duff says yes, and I can watch season 12 before 13 starts. 13 starts on Halloween, perfect. I hope it is good. Yes, let's see the horrible comment, shall we? Perfect, let's get started. In with a comment from my most popular video, the Beginner's Guide for 76, where Sia's level says, "You don't even mention the fact that this is also a PvP game, or that every one of those boxes might be empty at the start because someone else just looted them before you got there." Give me feedback on the voices I do, they'll all be terrible. Roger says new seasons of Doctor Who normally start on Christmas. There's normally a Christmas special, I know that. But I was never certain if the Christmas special was actually like a part of the season so much. If anything, you'll enjoy Revolution and that's good. It looks pretty. Flexible says, so which side of which? Oh, all sides of everything. Okay, Blazing Gamer says, hello. Hello, Blazing Gamer. Welcome to the stream. And yes, and hello Sumi as well. Freddy says, I wouldn't really call 76 a PvP game. Yeah, so for this one here, like, PvP is not a big deal. Hence, I didn't mention it in my beginner's guide. And this second part I'll need, like, confirmation. Hopefully someone in chat has played 76 recently and can jog my memory. But the boxes being empty because someone else just looted them. Do other people take the loot out of the containers? Because I swear they don't. But I'm not certain on that. I feel like actual containers are per person, and it's only like world items, like an object actually sat on the world, that when it's picked up it's gone. If it's something like inside of a box, when someone takes it, it just replaces itself basically, so that another person can take it. There's an awful way to do more. Perfect. That's the reaction I want. Officer says, the Holiday Scorch has some decent stuff, and that Holiday House build set is pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, 76 is PvP aspects, but it's not a PvP game. Yeah. And Lodging says no one likes to PvP on 76 apart from trolls. The PvP audience is very, very small. EJ says, I'm sure everyone has different containers. Yeah, I felt confident in that, but I wasn't certain. On the PvP side of things, it's a really tiny element of the game, one that can't be started for the first few levels, and is most prevalent in workshops. Yeah, I knew I spelled that wrong. Whenever I start spelling a word wrong, I just... most prevalent in workshops, which give you a warning. But, oh, did it again? God damn it. Why did I put a G in there? Man. Warning about it before you claim them. It's primarily a PvE game that just happens to have a few PvP elements which are very rarely used. There we go. That'll do for that part. Hello, Quinton and Kado. Oh, it started already. Hello, it did. Oh, everyone stop bad-mouthing Kado now. He's here. Okay, Balthasar says, I haven't done any PvP whatsoever in a year. And yes, Boxer, for instance. Yeah, I feel like the actual PvP encounters I've had outside of survival mode, which obviously doesn't exist anymore, is like maybe 4 encounters in like over 1,000 hours. It's like, yeah. Oh, and hello, Sean, as well. Yep, spelling is for the bees. Yeah, those bees, they could spell and stuff. As for containers, they should be somewhat instanced per player. It's world item. This is a very different mood to the last song. I just got musical whiplash there. Oh, it's world items that you'll be missing out on. The containers will generally still have stuff for you. That'll do. They're a twat anyway. Fuck Sia's level. I'm gonna get very aggressive with all the comments. I can't remember if I spell checked everything there. Oh well. But it says, I remember me, you and Tato went on to survival before its death and we didn't get attacked, but Tato stepped on that mine and blew up and we had to go early. Yes, I do vaguely remember that. What's this? Why is it taking so long to reply? Is my internet dying? This could be bad. What do you call it? Yeah, I do remember that session. Like, I asked for some help going into survival mode and stuff, and then there was no combat. I think, like, once or twice we encountered some other players, and it was like, ooh, a little bit tense, but no one fired. That was it. 76 PvP is alright, but it's rare as sure, and I haven't played in a while, cool, 76. Yeah, I've spoken to people, like, in the past who are big into the PvP side of things, but it's really not a game that's that good for it. Like, I like PvP when everyone starts on a balanced level, and 76 isn't that. 76 is like, hey, grind for 1,000 hours so you can have better equipment than other people so you can beat them. Oh, Abed, feel free to steal musical whiplash. That is a saying everyone can have. Quinn says, honestly, I think logically and army-wise, the Imperial is a better choice. And in the Elder Scrolls Online, spoilers! Hammerfell came to kick out the Dominion. Lodgings has only done PvP in Nuclear Winter, one person with a legacy weapon. Yeah. I think YouTube's bugging out. It does appear to be doing that. This weather lags happens with the internet. I'm still thinking that's it. Okay. I'm really... Look at this! I put all that comment on that, and now it just won't reply to it. So it's stream when we already have buffering issues in Sarge's end. I might just have to refresh the page. I'm just gonna type GLAAAH into chat. And okay, that's sent through fine. So I think it is just my comment section. Let's refresh it. Yeah. Hey, okay, it did post. Okay, it posted, that's the important thing. Oh, and we had a new comment. 6 minutes ago. Super Doggy saying it was cool seeing you test build live. Taking that many equals epic. Oh, that's, you know what, that's a positive one. Thanks. I was impressed just how well the testing went. That's nice. Yeah, my best VATS gunslinger build for Fallout 4. I tested that on stream, and it did really well. And I actually completely forgot about the build. And I think, like, on the last episode of Hipcast, Kato had to remind me that I made a video. Sean says it's not the thing it's made for, I think it's made for building communities, yeah. Bubs says, I've had a couple of newbies on free weekends try to initiate PvP at level 2 or 3. I just stand there and give them a little finger wag until they realise they haven't been hurting me. Yeah. Which at least in best opposition to their elves. Darn elves! Yeah, okay. Oh, now this one, a video I love. I rewrote Fallout 4 to save Kellogg. This right here is an encapsulation of, like, everyone who disliked the video, basically. How many dislikes did it get? You know what, let's take a look. You'll also get to see all the money I've made off that. Oh, no, you won't. You won't, I thought it would go on to the analytics. Just want to take a quick look. Oh, it's only got 8 dislikes. Yep, this video of mine is very good. I'm gonna post it. Yeah, this Kellogg video. Why isn't it showing the thumbnail? I hate how YouTube keeps doing this. It keeps getting rid of my thumbnails for live streams. And it also keeps sending me, like, look at this. This is a half-hour app. YouTube, fix your shit. Yeah, but Whirling here says saving him after killing your spouse and kidnapping your kid. Nope. And there were a fair few people who have had this comment about my rewriting Fallout 4 to save Kellogg, where I mentioned in the video, like, keep the option where you get to kill him, here's other options for saving him or letting him go or avoiding the fight, that kind of stuff. But there's always a bunch of people who are like, what? Options? No, he has to die. He has no other choice than dying. No choices. I don't want choices in my RPG, I just want to kill this guy. He's well known. Oh, my legs keep vanishing from my videos. Does this have it? I think YouTube is on the blink. People removing them afterwards could be either. Okay. And that's why it's important to still have the standard game option. Would just be nice to get a choice in the matter. That way, you even get to choose to kill him. There we go. New Vegas fans. I want choices and consequences. Also, New Vegas fans watch a side video. Ooh, hard choices and consequences. Oh no! We don't want choices in our RPGs. Give us choices that we don't have to make. Those are the kind of choices I want to make. Oh. Aegis says I just use adblock. Boo! Skip ads on the PC so I can watch the video. And on my phone I keep refreshing the video. I never give YouTube people satisfaction. See, I want people to watch ads, but it pisses me off how many, like, super long ads are on YouTube. Because I think it's much better to have, like, a 30-second or less advert. Because people are willing to watch that. And people know, for the most part, that if you watch the advert, it helps the creator. I get paid if you watch adverts. But when they're half an hour long, no! No! No one should stick around for a half-hour long advert. And that video was only like 10-20 minutes long or something as well. But by making such long adverts as well, it promotes like just the, oh no, I'm not going to watch this, I don't want to deal with it. Which isn't good. You want to have like minor adverts that aren't an inconvenience, and then it stops people from fighting against them so much, and just like, yeah, okay, I'll watch this short little advert, and it helps the creator out, it keeps content going, the advert gets watched, which is what advertisers should want. There's a way to do it, and they don't fucking do it. It's fine. I saw, fuck it, we're going on to it, I saw this depressing thing. You'll get to see my Twitter now. Oh, the controversial figures I'm following on Twitter. Good guy. Oh my god, Get Good Guy's got a hater account. Oh, that's fun. Okay. Now, Get Good Guy on here. Where was it? We're gonna find it, He tweets a lot. There we go. Look, this! You see there, I clicked on no. It had over 1,000 votes, and like, pretty much 2/3 of people use an ad blocker, and it's like, oh, that's not good. Because as creators, we need people to be watching our ads. And when you consider like 2/3 of the YouTube revenue as gone because ad blockers are so prevalent, it's sad. Like, I understand why people use them, but it also means like, oh, I'm losing money this month, and it's annoying. You usually say against you for the first time, kill is more complex when you first appears. Vision choice. Neither side is right, says Funko. Help. My opinion is the only opinion. Yes! Hello, Max. Says just watch a video on multiple devices. I'm watching my phone and TV. He just says, I just hate how we get 1 to 2 ads at the beginning and then, or 2 to 4 more random infills in the middle of the video. No thanks. Yeah, I also think that on the creator side, some people put way too many adverts in there. I have mine, like, on the auto set, and it's generally pretty good. It will send, like, 1 advert in a 10-minute video, couple in a 20, that kind of thing. But some people as well do go crazy on the ads. And the doubled up ads, I'm not a huge fan of either. If they want me to watch half hour advert, they can pay me to, yeah. Hey Sarge, got new Skyrim builds coming soon, says Matt. No! I just made 2 Skyrim videos. The past 2 weeks I was Skyrim non-stop. I made 2 big Skyrim videos. Those are big ones. Fungus says, I haven't watched the side videos yet. Normally use them as a void fill or on PC. Oh, thank you, Funko. Member times 4. You got a membership milestone. I've not seen that pop up. Oh, there's a new choice. I also don't believe in the idea that the ads help the creator with the fact that YouTube's been also World War II channel I watch but keeps putting ads on my videos. Ads do help the creator. Like, I'm gonna cut that BS right there. Ads do help the creator. Fuck it. I'll show you. I'll point this out very easily. You can see right now my estimated revenue here, which is not enough to cover my rent. I am losing money this month. Total estimated revenue from all Google sold ads and transactions for selected date range. It's from ads. That's it. Like, that's it. Google sold ads and transactions. That's it. It's money from ads. So the ads generally do help creators. If a video has been claimed, then you can check in the description and it will say claimed by blah-de-blah-de-blah. And if the video's been fully demonetized, you shouldn't see ads. However, you can also get partial ads on videos which get age restricted and stuff like that, which means ads will still play, but at a very small rate, so there's only a few ads that'll play. Okay, so as it goes on here, so many ads on YouTube have come to the point where I despise most ads, especially when I watch a 20-minute video and see... Why did you do that, YouTube? And see more of the ads when I do a video clicked on. Yeah, that goes back to my point of, like, YouTube needs to sort out like the length of ads and stuff. I firmly believe there should be, even if they put like a 5-minute block as like 5 minutes is the longest a submitted ad can be. Even that would make things better, because there's too many ads that take the piss. John says YouTube is depressing. Also, what I do is I mute the ad for 30 seconds, but still, yeah. I mean, you don't even have to watch the ads, but yeah. Flexible says like you get sponsors that creators will do, and okay, have 1 or 2 ads, but my god, yeah, it can get excessive. Freddy says, oh, I guess you have heard the news, Sarge, about how to stop the new Creation Club stuff. I have not. Yep, you'll need to change it so it doesn't update unless you launch through Steam. Oh, great fun. Yeah, Avid says, I've got no problem with small ads. Time to make a call for watching my favourite content. Yeah, ads should be small and non-intrusive, and they're just not a lot of the time. It's annoying. Fair warning, Sarge looks like the anniversary edition will be an upgrade on Steam, not a separate topic. Well, that sucks. You're welcome for not using ad blockers. All of you who don't use ad blockers, I appreciate it. I really do. Because then, guess what? You're helping me out. You have a reason I can actually do stuff. I would not be making content without those of you who occasionally watch a short ad. Oh wait, how long do we have to listen to the ad to get paid? Because I do it from now less. But what about the skip after X seconds button? Use it or no? I'm never sure with that. Like, honestly, if it's an ad that is, like, more than about 10 seconds and you're not enjoying it, or don't like it and find it annoying, do skip it. Like, I'm not going to be like, how dare you skip that 20-second ad? Like, no, I'm pretty sure it's like, you get paid more if you watch a thing, and I heard in the past that if you skip right away it doesn't go, but there's no, like, concrete stuff on that. Like, if you're not enjoying an ad and it's got a while left, do skip it. That's fine. I'm not going to be like, how dare you, when it's an annoying ad. I've got ads that I'll skip every time because they're annoying. But if it's a nice short one, or even there's been a couple of longer ones. I've had a couple of songs recently I've got as ads, and I listen to them because they're nice enough songs, but yeah. Remember when YouTube used to give us ads related to what we watched those were the days? I still do get some good ads related to what I wanted to watch. The last YouTube ad I got, actually, was a GTA Remastered Trilogy ad, and I watched that whole thing, and it was like a minute and a half or something. It was a somewhat longer ad, but it was something I was vaguely interested in, so I watched it. But yeah, sometimes it doesn't go. The skipping affect revenue. It can do, I believe, flexible, but I don't know the specifics on it. Hello, Chemical, welcome to the stream. Oh, fucking Fredo. Sean says, oh no, a diff is like, let me find the person disliked it. I got a small reset bomb. Then anyway, yeah. Friend that gods of a God's critic. I'm sure I'll get dislikes. I'm not even relying to comments or talking about the Civil War, I'm just complaining about ads. Okay, Beth says, might change a bit last word to topic. No, there's nothing like topic now when you pay unless it's super annoying or long. Yeah. I'm never going to be like, how dare you skip an ad? It's when it's fully cut out that I get annoyed. Chemical guy storm clicks forever. It was a bunch of torturing and senselessly. I feel like that's too many of one letter senselessly, but I can't work out which one it is. Maybe yes, it's executing. Those are both evil things to do. Yeah, they are. Super says, what about premium? I'm assuming you get some kind of revenue equivalent from YouTube premium viewers. Yes, that is a thing. I always forget that premium exists though. But yeah, if you've got like YouTube premium, I'm guessing it's called now. It used to be YouTube Red, I think. Then yeah, you don't get ads. Ads. Flexible gets ads about games or movies I might be interested in once in a while. For example, I'm so sick of hearing about Grammarly. I understand that. The one that bugged me for a long time was What 3 Words? Which is like a parking app or something. And it was always the same ad every time, and like the first 10 seconds was a guy doing this kind of, have you ever been lost? Kind of annoying voice at the start, and I couldn't begin that. Okay, time to focus now, because we've only replied to like 2 comments. Here, on my most popular Skyrim build, Video Games and Vibe says, God, this backstory could be the start of an anime. Wait, that explains why the character is strong as F. I would love to write characters for an anime. There we go, look at that, that's a nice fun little comment. We can stop it! Right now, can't we, Sarge? Oh, and this one we'll get to argue about as well. The Empire, I guess, I think, for the Dragonborn. For the Dragonborn! Yeah, that's a better one. Okay. Okay, we've had Bevta here on the In Defense of the Stormcloaks video. And you'll notice that In Defense of the Stormcloaks, spelt with a C. I used to spell it Defense too, until some jackass corrected me. I've hated him for every day of my life until now, because I finally see the power that he has granted me. bask in my glory as I correct somebody's spelling error online. Prepare, mortals! Hey bro, you spelled your title wrong. It's defense with an S, not defense with a C. And I can now correct them, because I am English. Okay, can someone explain the Squid Game Constantine? Squid Games? No. Sean, there's a Netflix series called Squid Game, and lots of people are watching it. Although I'm still on Vincero, and Beyond Evil, I refuse to believe Squid Game is better than Beyond Evil. Netflix recently has had a bunch of the South Korean TV shows and movies added. It's been for like the past year or so, and I've been enjoying so many of them, and then all of a sudden Netflix had like Squid Game up, and everyone watched it, and Twitter non-stop was like, Squid Game, Squid Game, Squid Game, and I was like, oh no, it's overhyped, and I haven't watched it, and now I'm not going to. Okay. Alright. Yeah, Bev to here. I kind of want to take the piss a fair bit, but... Hello against Lords. Yeah, okay, this is just like armour and colour. Yeah. To be fair, the reason I know and I'm confident in the fact that this is like the English spelling and the S is the American is because I spent quite a while debating over whether or not to spell it C or S. Because C is the correct spelling for me, but I understand that most of the people watching are likely to be American, so for them it would be S. But, I said fuck it, and went with C. Yeah. Things like this here. Yeah, I don't care about makeup and cosmetic problems, I don't care about some colour or running into 20 years, don't care about politics. Yeah. It's just Netflix's Fortnite. Little Yanks trying to tell us Brits how to use English. Yeah! Oh! I kind of want to go with that one. I'm just gonna go, ha-ha! You fell in. You just activated my trap card. Just activated my trap card. For I am an Englishman. Wahahaha. Over here, we spell defense with a C. It's the Americans out there who have decided to tarnish the oh so precious word with an S. Although the two seem to often just be used interchangeably these days. There we go. Spelled interchangeably wrong. B554. Sounds like somebody's wrong there. Is it nice to sound down Squid Games to populate? Yeah. Flexible says, I watched a Game Theory about it recently and they briefly explained what it was. Okay. Okay says, I confused it early on because XCOM UFO Defense was something I played as a young lad. I describe it like that. Defense is the American spelling. I live in the US and I literally never heard of it before. So I love it. There we go. Yeah. The only reason I'm like properly aware of it is that I have to check the videos. Netflix and games too. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it like that. That's my fun little comment reply. Breathing. Okay. Oh. Okay. Alright. Dynamite here. I like that as a username. On the Beginner's Guide game, just bought this in the Steam sale today, hoping that Wastelanders update improved the experience since last playing on PS4, which was absolutely abysmal. Things have definitely got better since Wastelanders. Definitely got better since Wastelanders. In a few updates since that point too. Wow! Well done, Sarge. You're not able to hit the spacebar at the right time. Just as I played British Ice White Dragon. Haha, now my trap card for comment reply. Yeah, the Americans can't speak English still, says Flexible. We just pretend. Sorry, Sarge. I do not forgive you. How dare some of our words be spelt fractionally differently? Never seen anyone spell it that way before. Everyone wrote it every time I read it. He uses a C says AJ. Nah. Yeah. I did, like, there was an article thingy with it being like, oh yes, S is the American way and C is the English way, but both are used, and it's one of many, 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 many words out there which there's like a few different spellings now, or a couple of different spellings I should say, me being all correct here, I'm doing it wrong. Yeah. Yeah, as Against the Law says, I've always seen the two defense and defense used interchangeably. Yeah, they pretty much are. Like, technically, one's English, one's American, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, everyone knows the thing as well. A large part of why I stuck with this as well, because I was like, everyone's going to know what it means. It's fine. That's we probably don't speak English still, we speak American. Just a few complaints. Okay, Red Crusader says, For Honor has changed so much, this was nostalgic. Cool! And moving on to Car, who, in defense of a Stormcloak, says it's a longer one. It's a longer comment. Let's get angry, everyone. Angry time. Car says, Stormcloak's forever, dude. Bear emoji? Okay, if I hover over it, it doesn't tell me what it is. I assume it's a bear. Blue heart. Brah, gun. Besides, who doesn't like complete freedom, especially religious freedom and independence in your own province/nation? That and my favourite colour is blue, and I always prefer Vikings over Romans. I think they're, Vikings, more badass than manlier. Just my personal opinion though. Well, let's please not take this dead serious, guys. How dare you! It's just a video game after all, meant for us to have fun and roleplay. What? You dare to have fun? Gah. Gah. Yeah, right. No, I think, honestly, the final part of the comment is the most important thing. The, like, well, let's just enjoy it. It is important. Be angry. Yeah. This is, yeah. Like, it is important to remember it's a video game. Like, some of the desertions I go online, obviously this stream is titled, like, let's be objectively right or whatever, and I'm very much taking the piss there. But yeah, I do... The reason I decided to take on this video, despite Skyrim being nearly 10 years old now, is because I still do see people getting angry when they argue over it, and I could do with the engagement. I'm sorry, EJ. Just got a hit, but defense and defense has been brought. Now it's going to bother me for a week. I'm genuinely sorry about that now. Oh. David says, Hello Sarge, not been in a stream for a hot minute, but I really enjoyed the recent Civil War videos. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate that. We are replying to them. Angry. Yes. Okay. Comment there is the most important part. It is always good to just focus on having fun. Fred says the law community is very intense. Yeah. Honestly, this is probably the closest I've got to a law video on my channel at this point. Because I had to do a bunch of research. It was 2.5 playthroughs of the Civil War. Because I had to go through with the Legion side. I had to go through with the Imperial. So you know what I can do as well? I can show you all. God, I've got so much stuff here. It's going to take me a minute. But I'll show you, like, my folder with just specific stuff for the... here it is. So this is in defense of Legions and Stormcloaks. And these are all the videos for it. And it's a total of just over 50 gigs, 80 different recordings, and... yeah, it's frozen. Yeah, 2.5 hours of specific recordings of, like, a lot of this. Like, look at this. Asking Aldis, asking Alvor, asking Alvo, asking Bulgrund, asking Brina. I asked, like, so many people here. Like, all of this is asking. Then there's overhearing some people as well, and other conversations. There's a few, like, cinematics and things. But the majority, like, half of this is just talking to people. It's ridiculous. Oh. Emil says, dude, hello, I just discovered your channel like 2 videos ago. So I'm playing Fallout 76 last week and stumbled upon you guys. Very much appreciate it. I'm happy to hear it. Oh, I'm very happy to hear that. Okay. So I better not talk, that's for sure. Oh, you're governor. You'll see my law node moment at some point. That was nice, just a little. But actually, oh no, we're gonna shit all over it. Seaman says, I can't wait for the anger when Elder Scrolls 6 Somerset comes out. Confirms which side actually won in a book hidden somewhere. Oh, yeah, move over, Oxhorn. I'm a law guy now. Oh. Doing great. Yes. Flexible says, hey Sarge, I'm curious how you feel about my long comments. I don't do multi-paragraph essay comments often, but I never get response to them. Fair enough. So I never know how people feel about them. You'll find out when I shit all over it in a reply. No. I'm fine with longer comments. Like, I enjoy getting comments just in general on my videos. This is dude I would love to say. I want to scroll 6 and or I love Steph, but sadly it seems like it's going to be Hammerfell. Okay, 2.5 hours, wow. Your work never fails to make me impressed. Good job, sir, good job, good sir. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, whenever I do stuff like this, I want it to be properly researched. I even put in this first video, you know what, we'll go and find it, because I know it's very early on. In the Legion video, okay, you see me now, I'm gonna skip the ad. Yeah, that's right, you can skip the ads. You need to, you can skip the ads. Where is it? It's around here. Come on, pop up. Where are you? Pop. It was earlier. Where is it? I could have sworn it was around here. There it is. Yeah, my beautiful 480p. Scary Livy here. Can we normalise sourcing things when discussing Elder Scrolls lore? I noticed lots of flag planters on certain concepts in lore making definitive claims, when in reality these concepts are less concrete than the person claims they are. Most info is up to the reader to interpret. Yeah, that I loved. I believe, like, Camel retweeted it, and obviously I did and liked it and stuff as well, and that I specifically put in because it's like, hey, I'm going to actually reference things here, rather than just go off my own opinion. Steve Early. Yeah. Okay. Comments are a way to speak to fans and do the same. Yes. Flexible says that's good. Fallout 4 and Skyrim really do have huge moral discussion prompts as basic part of the game. Yay, moral conundrums. Yep. Melly says, I'll head back to your Fallout 76 videos. Just wanted to drop by and leave a quick hello. Enjoy your stream, man. You too. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. I really do. Okay. Yes, that's Olivia. Ah, Fredo knows her. I'm not aware of the person. That's the first time I've seen them. I've made a lot of comments on videos and streams before, and Sarge takes enjoyment in them. I do. Yeah. What annoys me slightly is when a long comment never has any paragraphing or spacing at all. When it's just a block of text and they've never hit the enter key, that bugs me a little. You know what? I can just hit reply to this. I've been holding off on that, but no. Christopher here saw the top 10 worst perks in Fallout. Every single one of them's cannibal. And says I was getting pissed at such a god-awful list until I realised it's just a meme. Yes. It is indeed a stream meme. Cannibal still sucks, though. There we go. Okay, this one by Mr. Joshua. It is just asking. Says, is there any proof the dossier is real? It could be fake. Like, that's fine to ask as a question. I'm gonna answer it and just be like, not really, but it's also impossible to prove one way or the other that a book is real or fake, and what's written in it is true or false. Because, yeah, theoretically, the Falmore dossier, which talks about Ulfric Stormcloak being, like, an agent for them, who's, like, out of contact now, they could have wrote that and it all be lies. But it's also like, why? They hid it away in a dungeon, stuck away in a chest with other very important and true information. Yeah, that's very true. Or is Nolan different in Skyrim and Fallout? I don't know how I missed that much. There's nothing paying attention to the screen. Oh, I love how you make a video about a stream inside joke. I had to. Like I said, it's really well when I post long comments. Yep. Every once in a blue moon, it really gets me thinking. Yeah, I do like it when actual discussion opens up, like proper discussion. What I really like is when people have replied to each other's comments, especially when it's not just an argument. Because 9 times out of 10, when someone replies to another person's comment, they're just arguing. But when people are, like, just talking in the comments, that I love. Yeah, it's coming together. Yeah. Belfsar says, a fake dossier and among the real ones in the middle of the Falmore embassy in a private area. Okay. Yeah, that's the kind of stretching you have to go to justify it being fake. So it's it's 99.9% certain it's real. 99.999% certain that it's real, as it's placed alongside? Is alongside one word? Seems to be. Two other dossiers that are provably true, it seems, and there's nothing else to contradict what is written in the dossier. I wish we could expose all Frick at the Moot with that book. We keep foregoing the main quest, just expose him as a traitor and watch for chaos. Yeah, the fact that you... Actually, I'm going to put that in. The fact that you can't confront Ulfric with the dossier is a shame, as then you could have him either confess or try and explain what happened, or just shout fake news and run away. There we go. Yeah. The dossier is like the most damning bit of proof. And, well, there'll be someone in a little bit who's like, I'm glad you mentioned the dossier, no one mentions that. Look, a lie's gonna be lying about it being a lie. Oh, it's like a chat box, but you know, not violent. Okay. Oh yeah, Samuel here, posting a couple of my Shadow War videos, which every once in a while get a click. Claiming that I was playing in brutal mode, and I explained I wasn't, because I still remember, it took me a minute, but I remembered. It's music fitting mode. Oh, that was too long. Okay, Caleb here. In defense of the Stormcloak says, I only ever chose the Stormcloaks unless I'm playing a loyalist character. Wait. Loyal to the Empire, yes then, and even then they're going to kill the Emperor? Because they'll be motivated by patrons or what? An entire vengeance on the coward who let their comrades countless deaths be made. I don't understand that comment. Like... Okay, so I only ever choose the Stormcloaks unless I'm playing a Loyalist character. So the Loyalist character is loyal to the Emperor. But then they're like, and the character who's loyal to the Empire is going to kill the Emperor. Because of patriotism. This is confusing. And desire to wreak vengeance on the coward who let their comrades count on the steps being made. See, that last bit kind of makes some sense for a Legion-affiliated character to still murder the Emperor. It's like personal vengeance. But patriotism doesn't make sense. This is confusing. Hello, Clan Docs, welcome to the stream. This is OMG, finally have time to catch a live stream again. It has been so long, it has been a while. If I appreciate the Twitter engagement, at BADCompanySarge, anyone else who wants to reply to my tweets, I tweet semi-regularly, like probably 5 or 6 times a week. Belster says, I passed in the Fallout 4 player is a Synth Wars, so I can't argue as long as you're not abusive. They do turn abusive too often though, yeah. It does very often go to, you're disagreeing with me? Well, fuck you! Too fast. Just explain your plot for you story. See, with this, I get what they're saying, I just don't fully follow the thread. It's very jumpy about. I'm just going to say that sounds like a very specific character. That's it, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not even going to put more in. Yeah, I'm keeping my one vague as well. They explained too much, I'll make it vague. Oh, that's longer than I thought. That's a lot longer than I thought. Oh, we've got a hefty one. Oh, it keeps going. It's not stopped yet. It's not there, it stops. And then there's a TLDR. Okay. We're gonna read this. Is good for the Emperor. Oh, the Emperor dying is for the good of the Empire, says Sumi. I mean, look at the Oblivion Crisis. Without the death of the Emperor, we would not have found the chosen one to save the world. That's a very specific and different example you've used there. The chosen one is simply the one who stopped it. The Emperor could have been the chosen one because he was a septon too. Jesus, long, yeah. That says, I disagree with the whole role-playing thing everyone keeps bringing up. If you role-play a character with a certain endpoint or faction in mind, I can see what they mean. Yeah. Time for me to go, Sarge. Oh, time for me to go, Sarge. I assumed Adam was just going to become me. No, but I left for you a comment on the Indefensible Legion video for the next time. Have a good one. Joe Roast string out, like guys and girls. Bye-bye. Farewell, Abed. Have a drink, yes, but if I roleplay, my character goes in blind. Yeah. No flexible. This is probably the longest one here. So on In Defense for Stormcloaks, J. Jonko? What a novel, yeah. Once upon a time. Let me start with saying that I enjoyed both of your videos. I agree with your last point completely. Like at the start of the game, the Imperials tried to kill you for no good reason, and they torture people for High Elves. The Empire plays along in the long run and enforce the banish of the Talos worship and kill all the rebels that stand up for their rights, and kill all the people that try to stand up for themselves. But what good is the vision in the long run if in the short run everyone is dead? If in the short run you are murdering all your citizens to take a position below another threat group, does that really serve the cause? This is a really solid point. The grammar's a little off for the first couple of sentences, but that's a solid point. There is a really strong argument to be had by saying that, hey, the Stormcloaks will seem more likely to bring the fight to the Aldmeri Dominion early, whereas the Legion will wait around for a while and build up strength. And how long is the right time to wait around when people are dying and being sentenced to prison, losing their lives and all of this kind of stuff? There is like a solid argument to be made there. And this first paragraph I love. But now we've got to read like 20 more of them. End of chapter 1. Yep. Story time. Looking for a great example of feedback. Can you disagree and still enjoy the video? Yeah. This seems good so far. As the High Elf in Markov says, they want to enforce their dominance one generation at a time. And as they have a longer lifespan and are able to move to more easier go for the long-run vision, they're able to enforce their plan and terror, still keep the Aldmeri Dominion. I also think the Empyreans are foolish if they think they can trick the High Elves in agreeing for now, but planning to fight back. When they are regrouped, I don't think the High Elves will see this coming. Another solid point. Okay. I had to check OBS that I wasn't just scrolling away. While racism is another issue, it is not only an issue of a Stormcloak, but one of Skyrim in general. I bring that up in the video. I just can't see how the worship of anyone should be punishable. Yeah, also, think about this. It is thanks to Talos, blessing at the shrine, but you're able to be more effective with your shouts. If you know the blessing works for you in this way, it might work for others in another way that's beneficial for them in their life. Why would you ban something that's good for the people other than to weaken them? You know what, I both hate and love this. It's a run. Hi, bye. Oh, thank you very much for the donation, Jade. It's gonna go blah. This is coming from 100. Yeah, okay. Yes, get a juice box. This, you know what? I'm not like fully on board with this point of maybe other people can use it in the same way, but I do think the fact that the shrine like gives you a bonus, as do the other shrines of the 8 other divines, could be used as some level of justification that Talos is actually a god and the Aldmeri Dominion's wrong on that front. I think that could be an interesting point. In short, while both sides have their pros and cons, there is something to be said for both sides. While I can understand the long-term vision of the Imperials in playing their own long-term game, I can understand the short-term game of the Stormcloaks as well. I however think it would be smarter of the Imperials to not have come to Skyrim and enforce the law set up by the High Elves, and let the Stormcloaks fight against the High Elves on their own. While now they are fighting against their own citizens that might have been an asset for the fight against the High Elves, it was wrong in their vision that the Empire bowed down for the long-term gain. Do the Stormcloaks really care about Talos? Is this just a pawn in their game to try and trick people into joining their cause? Okay, first point I actually disagree with here. Which part? Yeah, I however think it would have been smart of the Imperials not to have come to Skyrim. That, I think, they're missing the fact that the Aldmeri Dominion was like, hey, go and sort this out. And if they didn't, it would be like, oh, treaty broken. That's essentially it. Because they didn't come to Skyrim and, do extra stuff when people were still worshipping quietly. And that's something I brought up, when Ulfric Stormcloak and the Stormcloaks at large made more of a ruckus about not being allowed to openly worship, then there was more calls in. But Alvor the Smith talks about how everyone had a shrine to Talos and still worshipped Talos, and it was all fine for a while. It was just like, yeah, you can't be like blatantly obvious about it, which is still a bad thing, but yeah, there was something to it. The good for you shell argument doesn't work if it's more of a game mechanic for the law thing. Yeah, the game mechanics as well is a bit of a, yeah, it's one of those morality things. I hate it. It sounds like a Tropico soundtrack. General, the rebels are attacking the palace. Okay, with that said, I think the High Elves are the true villains, and the Stormcloaks might just be the start of a war against the High Elves. Rather than it just being an incident in the history books, the Empire should use this as their trigger in the war against the High Elves, and should have manipulated the Stormcloaks to join the Empire in the fight against the common enemy. The High Elf faction that want to assert their dominance above all. See, this, I feel like they just can't do. Like, yeah, it'd be great for the Empire to be teamed up with Skyrim, but the Stormcloaks are anti-Empire specifically. There's not going to be an alliance between the two, which is why one side has to win. The big flaw about both sides of the player is that there's too little information for the player to make an educated choice. There is so much that the player does not know about the true motives of both sides, but it becomes hard to pick a side. This is because with the little information we have, there is no right or wrong answer. It is just like the Stadia quest, where there is so little information that you don't know which side is telling the truth. Sure, there are hints, but the point is there is no conclusive evidence. The role-playing aspect and believing what you think is right plays a big part here. I therefore think the role-playing aspects play a big part in the Civil War. Do you believe in the long-term plan of the Empire, or do you believe that the Stormcloak Rebellion is the trigger to the war against the High Elves? When playing the game, and keeping both questions in mind while role-playing, it makes the game much more enjoyable. I disagree slightly with comparing it to the Sadia quest, which is the Red God woman you have to find. The Sadia quest has a lot less information with it. The Civil War has a lot of information. Like, you could record 2.5 hours worth of very specific information and make 2 reasonable length videos about it. So, I do think there is a lot of information. I do think you have enough to kind of make up your own mind, but there is still the point that you don't know, like, everything. So that's true. And then they finish it off with a TLDR, which I appreciate. Do you believe in the long-term plan of the Empire? Do you believe that the Stormcloak Rebellion is the trigger to the war against the High Elves? When role-playing the game, it boils down to the question of what you believe is the truth, as there is too little conclusive information to go by otherwise. That was a solid long comment. I'm tired. But I mean, it is a world where gods are present, and active fact that praying to stars has a real effect argues that yes, he's a god. Player knowledge, of course, confirms it if you've played Morrowind. Being a shady space woman dealer. Talk about your rebel comment. Okay. It's got a couple of thumbs up, so at least one other person has read some of that and be like, yeah. I'm gonna do a lot shorter reply. A lot of really good points in here that have been well thought out. There are only a couple of things that jump out at me, which I'd question a little, though. The first would be the Sardia quest comparison, as I feel that quest has very little information, but when it comes to the Civil War, there's a lot more you can find out. Enough even to make 2 videos worth of content without even using everything. However, it still is the case that not everything is conclusive, so it's by no means a right versus wrong choice. Still requires personal judgment. There we go. And then, okay, I'm going to reply to all of this before reading more. Was the other thing just... Oh god, I can't remember all of it now. Oh, short-term and long-term. As for the short-term / long-term point, I think that's a great one to make. There's a really strong argument to be had for the Stormcloaks being the better choice for a more immediate war with the Dominion, whereas the Empire would be spending much more time preparing. It's kind of impossible for us to say which would be better, as we don't exactly have a power meter for all the factions we can look at. That'll do for my comment. I'm just going to reply to a couple of them there. Where'd I get to? Nerdy Derpy Drip, welcome. And Hansel, welcome to the stream as well. Nerdy says, I think Stormcloaks are right because they're preventing deaths of innocents by trying to legalise Talos. I think it's better to get rid of what I call the bad guys than get rid of good. Like, I don't fully understand your comment. Yeah, I don't understand your comment, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that's just one of the ones where I'm not quite following with what you're trying to say there. As it says, still Falmor, when I pray at Talos Shrine, where do I get a blessing? The Falmor wouldn't like to hear that. Flexible says, this idea is actually fairly straightforward for a quest, even though it's a bit of a run around like many side quests are. This is going to leave a shorter comment, leaves that. This was shorter than that. Like, look at that. Comparatively, that's tiny. That comment's like 2.5 times longer than mine. Okay. Yeah, with the Sadia quest, or Sadia, I can't remember how you pronounce the name, it's a lot smaller. It's like a much more contained thing, which makes it a lot easier to deal with than the entire scope of the Civil War. One thing I didn't do, which I was like, should I do this? And when I couldn't be bothered, was going to the peace talks in like the main quest for the Civil War. Like, I just couldn't be bothered to go there. I couldn't remember there being anything significant said, really, that had to do specifically with the Civil War, so I ignored that part. Okay, Paladin Headquarters says, the captain ordered your execution though, not really the Empire. Just a bad individual within the Empire. Hadvar even says sorry. Yeah, that's a bit of an iffy one. Like, that's kind of a, sure, that individual was bad, but it wasn't like anyone from the Legion actually stepped in to stop them being bad. Wait. Nerdy says, basically Stormcloaks are good because they're going to legalise Talos. Thumbs up for that part. Rather than Falmor legalise Talos worship death. See, it's that last part I don't get. Like, legalising Talos worship, yes. Religion freedom, I think that's objectively just, like, a good thing. Just straight up. Yeah, Falmor legalised Talos worship death. Do you mean the Falmor kill people who worship Talos? Because that is a bad thing. That I'd agree with too. More copyright free, definitely not Tropico music. I've never played Tropico, but if it's got a bang soundtrack like this, I'm on board. Yeah, let's let the Falmor run free. No, not the next one yet. I'm pretty sure that won't cause any problems. Sadly, Theodora won't work out for anyone. Okay. Sure, it may have just been a bad individual, but there's certainly an argument or a counterpoint to be made that nobody stopped them when they made that decision. How do you spell decision? Not like that. To kill the player character. There we go. Nice simple one there. Nidrip says, yes, Falmor killed people who worship Talos. Yeah. Okay, that's to prove Falmor. Bring them out from the Dwemer ruins. Let them back on the surface. Seems to me in opening the Empire wanted to kill all frickin' any and all witnesses to what happened. Just my feel from the scene. I mean, Loki is on a list as a horse thief. Loki or Rorikstead, and they're like, oh yeah, we're on the list, we'll go and kill you too. Because apparently horse thieves get executed, which is not the actual case when you play the game. But for you, it's specifically like, oh, they're not on the list. And then the Empire captain's just like, throw them in with the others. It's very casual, just... yeah. What? Nettie says, it's by the cave thingy, by a shrine with a... Nope, provoking... Once you exit, welcome to the lift. I think I know what you're talking about. But yeah, we're not disputing that the Falm will kill people. That's not in dispute here. If this one the Empire killed the Falm, or if they would just reinstall Talos worship. We're not exactly happy with banning it either. Most of those points in religion is good, but the racism isn't very racist, yes. Is this what Undertaker's theme would sound like if he was an hip-hop artist? I'm reading it just after it's changed, so I love to think that this song right now, that's playing as I'm talking, is the Undertaker's theme as a hip-hop artist. Just... aren't the Empire helping the Falm? Nerdy, have you watched my 2 videos? I'm gonna ask that straight away, because if not, do genuinely watch them, because I go over, like, all the big points. We can take up both factions, give Skyrim to the people of the lands. I vote to give Skyrim to the Argonians. Or the Giants. Or the Mud Crabs. Okay. They have to, otherwise another group will break out and kill thousands of more. Yeah, I do go over, like, that kind of stuff in the 2 videos. Oh, we got a reply one. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, my 2 videos very much go over how, like, the Empire has done these bad things. And, like, I literally put my videos each into 2 parts. The first one was Legion good, Stormcloak's bad. The second one was Stormcloak's good, Legion bad. Specifically, so I could talk about the good and bad of each side while phrasing it in a video that supported one side versus the other, so you could watch both videos and be like, I see why people support this side. Oh, I see why people support this side. Because it's nuanced. Okay, Circuit Breaker has put independent. Well, obviously this comment is worthless because they didn't put an independent. Oh, terrible. An independent Skyrim has a better chance against the Falmor. Either that or they can make an alliance with Hammerfell. Hammerfell was able to fend off the Falmor for another 8 years without the Empire. 5 years, I'm pretty sure. One against the Falmor. A point you forgot to mention was the Jarls. By siding with the Imperial Legion, you're letting Maven Blackbriar and Siggeir and Elsif remain in power. The only exception is Markarth, but that belongs to the Reach. Also, Tullius is just as racist to the Nords. He always says Nord nonsense during the Dragon Crown mission. Okay, this middle point, like, a point you forgot to mention is that some people are in power. This song I love. This song I love. People wanna, people wanna, people wanna, people wanna complicate you, people wanna, It's great, it's great. Yeah, this middle point is just like, hey, you forgot to mention, but if the Imperial win, then people are in power. I feel like there needs to be something extra in there. Like, this middle point is nothing. Yeah, and they've put an independent Skyrim has a better chance against Falmor, and then haven't expanded on that point anymore. That's one that needs expansion. Like, the earlier comment, the essay one, kind of talked about how, like, the Stormcloaks would go in for a quicker fight, which could be better, and how the Imperial's deception of working alongside of a short term wouldn't fall through, and the Falmor would talk about it. That's a good argument to be had. Just be like, no, this side is stronger. And the just as racist thing, honestly, I'm never a big fan of, like, well, they do this too. I mentioned it in my point in this very video on the negative side of that, which is why I feel like they've not actually watched this video or not paid attention to it, is that, yes, a lot of the Nords do say negative things about, not a lot of the Nords, a lot of the Imperials say negative things about the Nords. It's never quite as bad as, like, the Stormcloaks, though. The Stormcloaks do still stand out as being more racist, but there's definitely prejudices, like, across the board. Oh god, there's so much. Oh no, it's just like 3 or 4. Okay, long run is gonna happen anyway because they have sides, and sides that cause war. And also, like, every country in Skyrim is making me laugh. So something. With videos and sensible for some points. Free Skyrim. This done have been in Windhelm 200 years. Time to build their own city within Skyrim by now. I dispute the build their own city, but I do think they're their time to potentially move on. Major disagree with Break out independence Skyrim. We squash better if you have everything. See, Fred, have you not expanded it all? I think it's better off fighting. It's not really proving that laying back is good. It's good with the Civil War. So Elder Scrolls, everyone's kind of shitty. Yeah. Okay, narcissistic to the reply here says, I don't mean to sound rude. Oh no, but the reason he comes off as racist is because law-wise he has been moved from one place to the next, and that does not give a person time to learn their culture. And if you did the Imperial side of the Civil War, he implies he's going to be in Skyrim for a long time. Okay, that's talking about Tullius. But this does not give a person time to learn their culture. That's not an excuse to racism. It's just like full-blown like, I don't understand the culture, therefore I'm gonna shit on everyone. No. That's a bad thing to have. Like, sure, not understanding the culture allows you to make, like, some, like, bluffs and false points and stuff. But it's not like, I don't know the culture, I can say whatever I want, I can be horrible to these people. That's like a terrible point to have. It's been a race and Scrolls is racist to some extent, yeah. There were a lot of, like, people I've seen who are just like, well, we can't judge them badly. We can't claim that racism is bad because other people are racist too. And I'm like, no. You can still be like, oh, this is bad. You can just be like, this is bad, and a lot of people do it. So I'm getting copyright staff. Yeah, they are. Okay. Oh God, what do I even reply to this? Okay, I'm for Circuit Breaker. That's Circuit Breaker. I'm not really sure what your point about the Jarls is. Yes, people will be in power, just like how some people are in power when the Stormcloaks win. People are always in power. Yeah, but no, we've already got that point. You know what? I'm just gonna ignore that reply. I'm just gonna ignore it. I can't even go on with that one now. Okay, this person, Ellie's just put, nah, they're racist. Very short thing, like, clearly being like, nah, I don't like them being racist. Eldritch Truth here. This is the one person in the comments who I've kind of had red flags about when I've just skimmed through. They're like the only person who I have seen who I'm like, red flag, this seems like a bad thing. Like, they're not arguing, like, from faulty ground so much as they're being like, no, I'm right, you're wrong kind of thing. So just like, yeah, after them saying they're racist, so that makes them worse than religious persecution, execution without fair trial, and torture, your priorities fucked up. It's like, it's not as simple as that, or else I could have put a 2-sentence tweet out rather than 2 videos. But Eldritch Truth is very much like, no, this side is objectively right, and you are wrong, because these bad things are less than these bad things. Church guy died in Windhelm. I guess also says, agree Fred every race in Oscar. Is it all racist? I mean, just talking to a racism game, prove that, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm genuinely tempted to just block Eldritch Truth, because I've seen some of the other stuff they've said too, and they go through the comments and just like, no, fuck you, you're wrong. Which I really don't like. They're the kind of person who I'm like, oh, I don't want to be getting into arguing, they go straight into arguing. They're not like trying to debate anything, or even like be like, no, I disagree with you because of these points. They're just like, fuck you, you're wrong, shut up, I hate you kind of thing. I'm very tempted to just straight up ban because I know it gets worse from here. I don't want to see more of it. Let's have a drink. Yeah, as Riddle says, it's not black and white, it's shades of grey. And there's nuance to it, which Dan here has a beautiful comment. Dan gets a heart. Nuance and two-sided discussion of a highly contested debate. I thought this was the internet, damn it, we'll be having none of that. Don't worry. There's still some people who will make sure to scream that only one side is right and everyone else is 100% wrong. Okay, now we're on to Lord Chunkus one. Yeah, I'm just skipping by Eldritch Truce things now. I just don't want to deal with them just yet. Lord Chunkus says, but the Stormcloaks want people to be able to govern themselves. It sounds like chaos. Yes, some places will want to live peacefully, but there'll be a lot more crimes and bandits. Wizards and other criminals would have less to fear and would have a good chance, but it would start to look like in less nuclear and mutated Fallout. I disagree with this to some extent. Like, it's not really chaotic. We know just from the places that the Stormcloaks control that they govern and there's some level of peace. Like, when you can, because you can end the Civil War and keep playing, you see that things don't instantly fall apart. Now, it could be said, yeah, with, like, criminals would have a lot less to fear. You can definitely make an argument that perhaps there's not enough people in Skyrim who are going to be, like, guarding things and enforcing the law, but it wouldn't have the same kind of level of control that the Legion had, with a mixture of, like, Nords and Imperials and anyone else who can come up and help govern the region. There's an argument to be said there. But I disagree with it being just like, oh, it's chaotic. Stopsteins, welcome to this is Balthasar, start with a BC gun, yeah. Let's go Grace. Yes. Okay. And yeah, Shades of Grey hard concepts. Some people used to have a problem when I grew up. Okay. God damn it, why didn't I type any of the stuff I was saying just then? I'd disagree with the chaos point, as we do get to see the land governed by the Stormcloaks, and order does remain. That's not how you spell remain. However, there could be an argument that the Stormcloaks may not have enough people in the long run to maintain law and order, as they are just recruiting from Skyrim, whereas the Empire has a larger pool of land to recruit from. However, they also do have more lands to govern. That'll do. Hello, Trashacker, welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. The thing with Elder Scrolls Wars, this Renault, none of them are very good. A lot of them have bad points with some redeeming qualities. Yeah. Okay. Well, now we can go to a much more simple one. See, you know what? I am just blocking them at this point. Where's the block? Yeah. We're just gonna get rid of them. Like, just get rid of them. They've been going after people in the comments, and that's not what I want to see. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, the Fallout fandom rant, where the thumbnail kind of says it all for once. Obsidian, Bethesda, you're both toxic. It was a video where I talked about how, like, the Fallout discussion can go a bit too much into no, I'm right, you're wrong. I said that the right way around, didn't I? I'd much prefer it if discussions online were actually, no, I'm wrong, you're right. People aggressively agreeing with someone else while slandering themselves. Mwah. Beautiful. Fallout fan rant, yeah. Alyssa here says, the issue with Fallout fans is the subset who can't accept that people will play different entries. That's like a comment which starts just terribly. Just the issue with Fallout fans is the subset starts to bring down. Who can't accept that people play different entries in the series for different reasons. I love that sentence. I really do. Because it's so close to being just like, oh no, and then it starts to get a bit nuanced. Want the original turn-based style? Go play 1 and 2. Want a good story and low specs needed? Willing to sacrifice gunplay quality? Enjoy 3. Want a good story and reasonable shooter? Go New Vegas. Want to just play a good shooter and don't mind half our story? Play 4. Just want to play Fallout with friends? Boot up 76. I played everything from 3 and up, actually regretting not having gone 1 and 2, but I love each of them. So far, I played for different reasons, something a group of Fallout fans need to learn. One of my biggest compliments I always give to the Fallout series is that it's really good that there are games for different people. And it is the case that for a lot of Fallout fans it's like, hey, this game was made and it's not exactly what I want from the franchise, I'm gonna be angry. Which is not the way to go about it with Fallout. Fallout is changing, despite the phrase of war never changes. Fallout changes constantly. It does. There's never more than a few entries that are like the same, so to speak. And it's a huge positive of the series in my eyes, providing you like there being variety. I do wish there was a right answer to the Civil War, but there isn't. Yeah. Okay. Agree with this. One of my favourites. Favourite spelled that way. See that, Americans, but going back to the defence! Oh no, why did I do that? One of my favourite things about the Fallout franchise is that it mixes things up a lot rather than just the rinse and repeat we see with plenty of other IPs. That'll do. You know what, I was going to add more to that, but honestly, that's fine. Freddy says, I like the idea of an independent Skyrim, but an independent Skyrim under Stormcloak government is very bad. The racism, the warmongering, it will go so wrong. The current political climate of Tamriel is pretty bad, and would just make the place weaker to attack from the unmarried minion, but something worse could happen. Or if Akavir found out another Akaviri? They have to do that. Guaranteed invasion could be the end of Tamriel. They could wipe Tamriel clean. They don't know what was done before, but Tamriel being as fresh as it is could be with Stormcloak Kitchen. No chance of survival Tamriel. Okay. Back to the Stormcloak one. Yes, Balthazar! Mwah! I've blown you a kiss there. Okay, we'll get to that comment in a second. Tristan here. I've been subscribed for a year. I don't know if you know what, we can check this right now actually. I want to see if I've gained subscribers or lost subscribers from these videos. Lost 1 subscriber from a Stormcloak video. Also made almost £1.50 from it. Getting minted here. And, oh, we gained a subscriber from the Legion video. I had a net neutral amount of subscribers from Legion and Stormcloak. Gained nearly twice as much. The Legion video is paying more. Why is the Legion video paying more than the Stormcloak one? Okay, the CPM on that is £6.30. 8.61. Look at that! The Legion video. There are better ads playing on the Legion video than the Stormcloak one. I don't know why. Okay, but neutral from that. Oh yeah. Stormcloaks have lost me a subscriber. Legions gave me a subscriber. Okay. Tristan says, very interesting career videos. Thank you. I would like to take issue with the comments on the torture room, however. Yes, torture is bad. I agree. Most civilized people today would agree. But this society is based in a more medieval/post-medieval society where torture was the norm. People now generally regarded as good rulers, such as Elizabeth I, for instance, use torture as a standard form of interrogation. I would like to take issue with this comment. I would like to take issue with this comment. Haha! Creativity, but it's so but I understand why it had happened. The Apollo was being eliminated. Server contract. Yeah. But you see the anger of being forced not to worship which isn't IT because of how mortifying and offensive was justified. There are all people. Yep. There are propaganda. Oh no. Yeah. For this one, I specifically made my point about torture within this, that the only sides you see with like torture rooms are the Legion and the Empire. You don't see like a Stormcloak torture room, which is where the difference comes in. Like, torture is bad, fair enough, but it's not like, oh, everyone was doing it. The point I'm making with torture in this video is that the Stormcloaks aren't shown to be doing it, while the Legion is. Therefore, it would not be the norm for everyone, just for everyone. And something being the norm doesn't make it right anyway. Anyway, I was going to say anyway. The Stormcloaks do have this one up on the Legion, at least from what we can see, as they aren't performing these acts. There we go. Yeah, my point was literally that the Stormcloaks, like, I couldn't find evidence of the Stormcloaks torturing people, whereas you can find evidence of that. Why have they done... Okay, this confuses me now. This looks like Google advertises a Legion milk drinkers. Fine by me. Honestly, if I was in prison in the Elder Scrolls universe, I would rather be in Stormcloak held territory. Haven't seen evidence torture, it's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's very much the point I was making. Like, I wouldn't have brought up torture if I was just like, hey guys, did you know torture's bad? I even mentioned in the video, like, I'm not going to talk about it more because it's such an obvious point. Oh, Flexible Nerd. We're on to your comment. It's longer than I thought it was going to be. It's not the longest, but it's a long one. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna dislike it straight away. Yeah, how do you like? I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna read it in a second. Welcome back, against the Lords. We got this. Okay. Flexible says on there, in defense of the Stormcloaks video. That's sorry, Flexible. I'm sure that's not how you sound. I'm sure that's not how anyone sounds. Flexible just says, I played both sides, even without directly getting involved with the Civil War storyline. It's very easy to side with the Empire if you look at the apparent racism and the Markov incident especially, in which the Stormcloaks slaughtered men as well as women and children. And they literally prevented the Empire from entering Markov until they were done. Extreme measures taken too far in my opinion, but the Stormcloaks do have valid reasons for doing what they do. The war was just bad for everyone, and regardless of who started it, or who was right or wrong, the Empire was pushed to the brink of total loss. The White Gold Concordant was their last resort, basically. It was their only saving grace, so this and other events leading up to the Civil War make a damn fine case for the Stormcloaks. Then there's the Empire. You could argue that technically speaking these lands belong to the Elves to begin with, like the... not even going to attempt to pronounce that, now Red Guards in their lands. The Nords came to Skyrim from Atmora and basically kicked the Elves out of their own lands. That point I really like. So these lands were never Nord lands to begin with, and the idea that the Empire has always been there isn't really valid. Nonetheless, that was thousands of years ago, and if you look at what would be considered modern history for Tamriel, the Empire has indeed stood long and strong, until the Elven and other forces under the rule of the Almeri Dominion nearly annihilated it. In a way, the Empire in Tamriel and the one in the Star Wars galaxy could be seen in a very similar light. Good or bad, for the most part, they do keep the peace and are trying to keep people from dying or being enslaved en masse. Yeah, there could be some good points and some really bad points, but ultimately they're relatively stable, and now you have these rebels stirring up trouble trying to break the system. So then the argument comes up as to whether the system should actually be broken, which in this case comes down to whether Talos was a great politician and military commander, or whether he was a powerful warrior who ascended to godhood. So basically what you have is a religious war with good and bad on both sides, and good and bad for those caught in the middle. The average farmer certainly doesn't give a skeever's tail who wins, as long as his crops are bountiful, his wife is happy, and his children are cared for. And as was said, we all still had our little shrines to Talos, so you could still worship quietly, but of course the Stormcloaks don't think you should have to hide that part of yourself, kind of like being Christian in China. I end up siding with the Empire more often than not, but every once in a while, it's fun to play that proud sort of Nord, with strong heritage, and ideals to uphold, and hell yeah, let's push the Empire out of Skyrim. But of course, there's far more to it than simply Stormcloaks murdering Imperials, going to interest beyond even Skyrim itself, and most of the time, I don't get directly involved in war itself by joining one army or the other. Flexible, I have one very, very big problem with this comment. I have nothing to add. Like, really, that's just a very solid little... I don't even... comment to put there. Yeah. Just yeah. Just yeah. That's it. That's it. That's just yeah. It's literally just it. I've heard of Snow Elves. Have you heard of High Elves and Dark Elves? What about the Wood Elves? Nerdy. Oh, nerdy, you don't realise. We got some real lore nerds in here. I wanted on the Stormcloak video during the stream, so I hope we got into too. I'll do a refresh at some point. But yeah, this is just a really good comment. So get yourself a heart and a like. Yeah, this is just a really good one. I will say I particularly love your point about, like, the average farmer and thing. And that's often how I view a lot of these things. Is just, like, what's your, like, average citizen's life gonna be like? Because a lot of people go straight for, oh, here's this big faction and the whole ideals of the organisation. And I do often like just looking at it from just a standard citizen or civilian perspective, being like, what does it mean for this person? Just a regular, average, run-of-the-mill inhabitant of the area. What does it mean? And that's a good way to look at it. That's a very good comment. That was solid. I do have nothing to add, though, is the thing. Like, I'm sorry I've not got anything really to add, but yeah, that's just a good comment. Thank you. Snows of the original residents of Skyrim. Spread out, you know, the found one, the blind ones in there. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let me drink. Yeah. Yeah, and Darkrise Symphony says Talos founded the Second Empire, not the whole thing. I was a little scared of this comment because I'm not, like, an expert of the lore, obviously. I did do research into the founding of the Empire and stuff, but I didn't see anything about this, and I was like, The Balthazar came back saying Talos' empire was the third. Elysian, Remen, then Talos founded the third, and Darky doing that. So apparently Talos founded the third empire, not the whole thing. I'm not really sure what the point of that is, though. Like, I don't think this a second or third empire, like, disputes anything I'm saying, because the Empire is still the Empire of Talos, which was my point. So, yeah. Okay, Davian here saying, if you care about the long game, imps are the way to go. No argument. I want to make a joke about, like, imps as the flying thing. Okay. I preferred fighting the Minotaurs in ES for Oblivion myself. Those imps are always flitting about all over the place. There we go. Just making a joke out of that one. Because you know what? I'm not going to check with all of you. I'm pretty sure imps were the little flying annoying things in Oblivion. They were just being pedantic. Sorry, pedantic. Thank you, Balthazar. I appreciate that. One thing I will say about this comment, I don't like the no argument. I also made sure to pin my my other videos to each of those, just in case. Oh my god. Eldritch Truth. Well, we don't need to worry about that. That's not a bad one. What did you say? Don't know that. Yeah, the flank breaches are Archnox. Okay. Flexible says, I enjoy role-playing in Skyrim. I'm often playing just to try and inspired by hunting, crafting, whatever. I also play ideas and such, but it's fun just to see things from street level, so to speak. Yeah. Okay. It's been years since I played Skyrim, so it's nerdy. Well, now's the perfect time to go back before it gets updated and there's like a bunch of Creation Club stuff you can't deal with. God, I'm not looking forward to the anniversary edition. I'm probably going to make a video shitting all over it when it comes out. It's going to be so annoying. Okay, Whirling again, who commented earlier. Says, can't trust them. My characters are elves or Khajiit, so they treat my people like shit, and then are fine with me doing their dirty work. Skyrim will fall back to the Empire once the Legion gathering behind the mountains in the south breaks through. I like to visually picture that as just a bunch of legionnaires just like, we're just waiting. We're going to climb over the mountain. We're going to do it. I still think they only included the beheadings and the torture to not make the Empire look too good besides the Stormcloaks. I do genuinely... I'm going to put in my comment that I really do believe that Bethesda made sure to show the worst side of the Empire right at the start of the game in order to direct more people to the Stormcloaks early on, as when the game has been played a lot, people seem to side slightly more with the Empire. Not everyone, of course. I'm talking overall percentages, because I did a bunch of polls which you lot participated in, where I asked people if they were more Stormcloak or more Empire, and I consistently got somewhere around 2/3 of people going Legion as opposed to Stormcloak. And I do think that a lot more people end up siding with the Legion when, like, everything's presented. It's not to say, like, obviously no one's with the Stormcloaks when everything's presented. You can still definitely go with them. But I think Stormcloaks were more so ramped up as, like, the early good choice and then called into question as the story went on. Whereas Legion started out as, like, yes, this is a bad choice, and then they got better as time went on. So you have basically starting as a good, starting as a bad, and then a crossover point where you have to decide, which one am I going to go with? Okay, Flixport says I haven't played anything on PS4 in a while because I need a new controller, but I love Skyrim. Even without mods, it's beautiful and there's so much packed into it. Bell says I actually hate those spear and yeah, I know more than you thought in comments, but if you're going to do that, at least get it right. Yeah. Like, I'm okay with being corrected on stuff, but when I'm corrected on something and the person's wrong, bah. Gets the Lord says I have high hopes for the anniversary edition. The Creation Club stuff I've played has been very good, but I can see people who don't like mods and creation and stuff will not be as high on the new version. My problem is that I won't... Like, if they've added in something where you can just go, click, turn off all the Creation Club stuff, 100% on board with it. But my biggest problem with the Creation Club is that it's so difficult to not activate the stuff when it's in there. And it bugs me. Oh, yeah, here's... Oh, look at... I've banned this person already, so it's fine. Okay, there's a mole here who has Obelix as their icon. Isn't that fun? And look, they've been subscribed. Oh, they've only been subscribed for 2 weeks. Yeah, look at this. Isn't this fun? Says, I can't really stand either side, but the fact that those imps want to behead me without me doing any bad stuff is enough for me to join Rayloft, not to mention the sweet suit of power armor, heavy armor the Imperial Captain drops. That, perfectly fine as a comment. I like that. Someone being like, oh yeah, they annoyed me. Plus, I like the heavy armor at the start. That's fine as a comment. That's a fine thing they have. Yeah. Then Subject Alpha saying, they say you were caught crossing the border with a bunch of Stormcloaks, so how would they know? And then Eldritch just being like, yeah, execute everyone without fair trial. This is actually some of their nicer stuff, I suppose. The Captain did that though, not really the Empire. Dermatalis is Skyrim military governor orders for the Emperor. He was standing right there. He's in charge of that captain. Justifications don't work. Yeah, Eldritch Truth is just constantly going after people being like, you're wrong, I'm right. And I'm happy to not see them in my comments anymore. Yeah, I'm just going to skip over all of this because Eldritch Truth I don't want to deal with. At least try to. For instance, I'm still worried on the fact I still don't really know how to play the damn thing, and it launches in like 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Okay, Victor here says Stormcloaks 99 out of 100 playthroughs. Only I'm doing a roleplay run. That is another comment which I got no problems with really. How long has it been? 4 years now. Yeah, I've got nothing to say to that though. Samuel here. See, Samuel watched a couple of my Shadow. Well, he watched one of my Shadow War videos and commented like a day apart. I should have dealt with the Carador when it was downed. Sure should have, I assume. Which goes a bit of a debate. Yeah, I don't like them. Not Samuel fine, but Eldritch Truth. I don't like how they're just going for at everyone. It's not a good way to do it. Okay. Caleb here on the Legion video. I think we're into just for Legion stuff now. Yeah, this is 2 days ago. This will be the Legion point. Logistically and philosophically, I cannot justify the choice to join either faction, except for Stormcloaks if you must. I've seen a lot of things that are like this. This is definitely not the worst, but I've seen a lot of people being like, oh, this is the definitive statement I'm having, and now on the next word I'm going to counter it. Kado had one in his comments recently about exploits, where someone was like, I never use exploits, exploits are terrible, but if there's an exploit still in the game, then it's not an exploit, so I'm going to use it. It was a comment like that, and I've seen so many of them, where people put this very definitive, hardline stance, and then break the stance and come up with some weird justification. When it's perfectly fine to have the stance they have, but they're just like, no, here's this hardline stance I've made for no reason that I'm going to break. And justify that it's fine for it to be broken, but I never broke it and you're wrong. Okay, but yeah, you don't have to like or even to agree with him to know his cause is what's best for humanity in Emerald. Honestly, I disagree with that last bit. Like, knowing his cause is the best for humanity is like, that's quite a strong one to have. Like, I don't think any of us know what side is right. Actually, the current anniversary edition, I'm involved with that. Yeah, Belfast says the big thing most people have a problem with anniversary edition is it'll break mods. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Again, this also says the "I'm right, you're wrong" attitude is very childish and so is maturity. I see it so long. Yeah. Okay, this says yeah, Exploit Man. Yep, Exploit Man's like probably the most obvious example I've seen recently. It's a feature argument without hidden irony. Yeah. I'd argue against us knowing for sure either way. I feel like a big point of it all is that we don't know definitively, that's spelt wrong, which side would be better when fighting the old Merry Dominion. That'll do. Nope, that's wrong. Can I? Yep, I can do that. There we go. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. Freddy says, yeah, like, I ain't gonna buy it most likely unless it has some really good things, but it's marketing is just shit, yeah. I'm not looking forward to it. Like, I've got nothing this year that I want to cover, but I know I'm gonna cover Anniversary Edition just because it's in kind of like my wheelhouse. I'll make like one video on it. I'm already at the point where I'm like, I'm probably gonna have negative things to say about it. And I still can't believe that no one at Bethesda's like hit me up and be like, hey, want to collaborate with us? God, it's so bad. Ah, okay. Holy moly here. Who I referenced earlier, actually. Says, but the Imperial Legion don't have as cool uniforms as Caesar's Legion. Therefore, your arguments are almost practically invalid. I like how they put Caesar's Legion there. Actually, I'm pretty pro-Empire in most of my playthroughs as well, but damn do they need a stylist or two. Holy Money also says, and on a more serious note, I love you referencing the notes from Family Embassy, as so few people ever seem to do. I'm going to reply to that one. And it also says, yeah, I can see that that's for me. I'm not going to use mods in the Anniversary Edition because I did do a Special Edition. For me, mods are not my thing. Yeah, okay. I feel like you have to bring up the dossier in the Civil War debate, as it's one of the few solid pieces of evidence, in my opinion. Why is it all things I'm a fan of? MCU, Spider-Man, Doctor Who, and Skyrim have had shit marketing. People doing the marketing just don't know what they're doing, clearly. Also says, with all the Creation Club content at once, it'll be like it's modded anyway. Yeah. And Timothy, oh, I put a thumbs up on Timothy's comment. This is going to be a good one, I hope. Says, damn you, Sarge, how can you offer a balanced look at two factions in a game like Skyrim? Don't you know there's only one right side to pick ever? Thank you for your take as usual. Finding nuance when most don't look at the armor styles is hard work. I salute you. Wait, I forgot to reply. Oh no, I did reply to that. I always like to take the more nuanced approach. Although I feel like going heavy handed in one side may bring in more views. Yeah. I do want to make more of these, what did Clandox, I think, tweeted at me, or replied to one of my tweets, like, just described these recent videos as, like, commentary light, or, like, something like that. They're more akin to, like, commentary videos or analysis videos. I really like these kind of videos I've been making. They don't do that well, unfortunately, but I do really like them. And the fact that I am a fairly nuanced person on the internet, like, I want to see more nuanced takes on things, where quite often it's just, no, this is right, this is wrong, which I never like. So I enjoy making them, but I do feel like if I just was like, ha, this is correct, it'd be a lot easier. Ah, folks, one says, I think I commented on Imperial Beard as well. Don't know if you're going to cover that today, sorry for making you read so much. You did seem to enjoy my stuff comment. Hey, I'm enjoying it. It's good. We got plenty more. We're getting into a bit of a breakup stuff now, though. We got Zach here. On my Dragon Ball builds, as I ended up using this build to beat Miracle Legendary. I just sat there looking at the shit, thinking, oh my gods, I did it. Oh, just going to give a little congrats there. That's good. Look at that. Someone using one of my builds and doing well. Or are you going back and forth? I'm going chronologically. I don't think I've seen your comment, but it could be here. We're not 3 days ago yet. Oh, don't joke, Fredo, that's bad. Okay, game's all with some hail, Sithis. Sithis, hail. There we go. A simple one. Oh, okay, we still got some more, yeah. Nemecron here on my beginner's guide says, Fallout 76 is a huge disappointment. Having to pay extra for stuff is ridiculous. The item shop prices can be a bit overblown, in my opinion, but I am glad that all proper content updates are free after purchasing the base game. Yeah, this comment, like, because my 76 guide is a fairly big one that still gets a lot of views, I do get the odd comment from people who are just like, oh, 76 is bad. This is, like, very low down on the scale of that, but it's annoying to see. Just write DLC for them, just that DLC. Yeah, I read this, like, a couple of days ago when it came in as well, and I did think about DLC. So I said it, yeah. No. So I'm going with a gentle one to start with. Okay. An ABC and EFG? On the Fallout 4 build says I just got into Fallout and your builds are helping me get excited in the game. Thanks again, Sarge. No worries. Are you a recent subscriber? 5 months. That's been a little while. Happy to help. See, a lot of my comments that I get regularly now are either people being like, oh, this thing you like sucks, grr, or thanks a lot. And that's like my day-to-day comments kind of thing. But then when I do a big video like this, oh, we got another long one. Yeah, we got stuff to go. Sama says, you knew I will happily join the Legion if it has cool nicknames. Personally, I do find the Stormcloak nicknames cooler than the Legion ones. Yeah, as I was playing through both sides as well, I noticed like some small, very small things that didn't make it into the video, which I liked, such as the Stormcloaks do give you cooler names. You end up being like a Legate in the Legion at the end, whereas the Stormcloaks it's like Icebreaker, Massive Balls Shatterer, or whatever. They give you something fancy. Oh no, it's more in comment. It's Blue Eagle. Oh no, it's Crucifix. Oh hail, Lady Namira. Okay, hello Blue Eagle? Yeah, Blue Eagle, that is how I pronounce that. Okay, Tio says, Skyrim belongs to the Nords, from the Empire side. I like the subversion. That's all I'm going to put there. That's kind of nice. A little, Skyrim belongs to the Nords, but like, I like that. Okay, Simon's got a little, oh, it's not a ridiculously long one here. But I'll need to drink before I read it. Oh hey, hit the like button. I know how to do the YouTube thing. I don't think I asked for like likes, comments, subscriptions, anything like that in these videos. I'm starting to go away from it in general. because I don't enjoy doing it, even though I know it does work. But every once in a while, I ask you to hit the like button. Against Lost says a market shop to use your own money and free DLC. Fallout 76 Marvel Engines in some way, I see. Fred says it recently came out that Ebenom was going to be the main villain of the Cracklawn Zone. Bethesda says Animax Studio cannot use Ebenom. Yeah, I know those words. Okay, Simon's put... Okay, I've read head there. Hello again, Blue Eagle. The role, for example, is far more nuanced than you think. That's just funny on its own. No doubt the pollute our city with your stink is pure bigotry. No law supports Dunmer giving off harmful odours, but he's not otherwise wrong. I just find that entire first part very funny. Like, between the typo and the, like, clarifying that law-based, there's nothing to say there's a smell thing here. Yeah, food is short when home is fighting for its life, and the Drac elf refugees are living in and showing up in numbers. What is a... I don't know how I even pronounce that, doing nothing to aid that state's survival? I can't blame them for that, but it's not their country till the Empire reclaims it. It's just closer than other locations all, but still they are draining resources. Some dumb are probably our spies for the Empire too. It all freaking allows them, and we are going to live and takes no official actions against them. This is a game conceit, of course, and justified as we need workers and Nords abhor slavery. But historically, a war leader like all Freewick would have enslaved them all and used them as forced farm labour to make up for lost Stormcloaks. Given that these groups aren't human, and the Dhamma worship demon lords, really every other group considers evil, and are proven in-game and lore to be evil. Most scientists would have executed them. This, okay, the rest of it I'm mostly confused. This I disagree with. There's, to be fair, it's kind of a trend within a lot of medieval fantasy and stuff as well. Actually, fantasy and sci-fi is, this race is evil. And I find the Elder Scrolls is actually quite good for getting rid of that a bit. Because... Or are they specifically talking about the demon laws? But then executed... Maybe this just needs to be better worded grammatically. Maybe this isn't as bad as when I read it first time, because maybe they're saying the Dhamma worship evil things and those evil gods should be executed. But it could also be the Dhamma worship evil things, therefore are evil, and the Dhamma should be executed. Which is, yeah, if anything, for an ultra-nationalist with ethno-nationalist leanings, Ulfric is tolerant and progressive. Dhamma must be Google, yes. It's not 100% just aesthetic stuff, but the Atom Shop is fairly inoffensive compared to most, I must say. Yeah, the Atom Shop's not terrible in 76. It definitely has stuff which is like, eh. And if Kado's still about, I'm sure Kado can be like, lunchboxes! Ah! But the Atom Shop's far from the worst when it comes to monetization. I wouldn't class it as good, but yeah. Freddy says I would only say the Slowed are the only fully evil race of Elder Scrolls, no redeeming factors, but the Slowed are just not full. I see typers in my own comments, even older ones, how much perfectionists as against lots. I mean, this one, there's a couple of funny Balthazar with a red flag saying I can get some sort of person is just from the attitude. Yeah, I don't like this comment. Like, I think there's some kind of good points. But, you know what, I'm just not going to reply to it. I don't think there's any positive that can be gained from me replying. Let's just skip over that one. Oh, against the Lords. Have you got any typos here? It seems to be okay. You're up. Fine. Okay. On my... this is the... Out of all of my best builds, this one is my worst. The Vampire Lord here is speaking over light armor skills. A nice build and cool story. I'm using Lordstone right now just for the sake of this. Go for it. That's... Okay, there we go. Okay, this is lunchboxes and carry weight boosters and monetized and I hate it. There we go! See, I knew if Kado was about. I just had... There's certain words you can use to summon Kado at any time! Blue Eagle says I'd say Fallout 76 says in-game purchase is better than many games, i.e. ESO. Yeah, I very much class 76's monetization as neither good nor bad. Much like the Civil War, it's somewhat nuanced and in a grey area. You enjoyed the Stormcloak vid too? I wonder how many times I've spelt Stormcloak wrong. Because obviously it shows up with the red line, regardless. Okay, Whirling's commented a fair few times. Okay, just talking about, like, there's a full legion waiting in the south gathering behind the mountains, the Empire will Skyrim back one way or the other. Yeah, music is good here. Be at all surprised to learn in the lore that the Empire ultimately won back Skyrim. That's all I'm going to put there. I do wonder, like, how much we'll learn about the Civil War from, like, the next Elder Scrolls game or future Elder Scrolls games. If we'll learn at some point that, like, oh, neither side won or whatever. Oh, no, bad Freddo. Such a time I'm gonna have no trees. I can just say all of these specific words, very carefully pinpoint them out. Summon. Hold on, did that just go perfect? I'm gonna have to sorry everyone. I'm gonna have to listen to this now. Come on. Come on. Perfect! That... I did not realise that was in any of these copyright-free songs. I love that perfect sound effect. I don't know what it's from, but I love it. And Perfect World games wouldn't have cash shops, but you're past that era. Yeah. This should be interesting. Oh, I've not even read this next one. You're all ahead of me for once, yeah. Okay, so Krista says, there is a random encounter where you come across a traveller and head to Solitude to join the Empire. The United Empire is better for everyone. Okay, they're literally just referencing an encounter. That's not even a point being put in there. And then Whirling says, well, just look at ESO if you want to know what happens without one. ESO is set in the past, right? Like, I'm not mistaken on that, am I? Carl says, yeah, that's true, but to be fair, there's also another random encounter where you can meet an Imperial farmer guy who's on his way to Windhelm to join the Stormcloaks, and he can even say to you, the Empire is in shambles if you ban the worship Talos. Yeah, these are literally just people referencing, like, encounters, and some people being like, hey, ESO exists. Blue Eagle says, be interesting if Elder Scrolls 6 takes place during Elder Scrolls 5. Probs wouldn't, but would be cool. Yeah, it could be interesting to have it take place at the same time, but I feel like, someone can correct me, but I feel like every Elder Scrolls game takes place a significant time apart. Like, there's often, like, hundreds of years between the Elder Scrolls games. Especially mainline ones. So I expect, like, the Civil War to kind of be, not ancient history, but like, oh, that's like a lifetime ago sort of thing, when we get to the next game. I think the perfect lines from Street Fighter. Oh, that's a good shout against the odds. That might actually be it. Man, thinking about it so fast. But it says, I mean, Welling has a good point here, so does have a lot of stuff which shows off how horribly wrong things would go without the Empire. I can see Bethesda just doing another big TS, so the Civil War isn't important to the Elder Scrolls. Lot. Okay, Fredo says, ESO takes place 1,000 years before Skyrim, the earliest Elder Scrolls game in the timeline so far. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to put that the random encounters do a good job of showing some differing perspectives of the citizens.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have these secret stones. Nah. This is another good one. I don't know where it... Oh, here it is. I have like a little MP3 player, but it's just full of these copyright-free songs, and they're what I listen to, like, often if I just go out and about. Bub says, Oblivion is super close to Morrowind, but generally at least a decade or two, Sarge. Well, how close is Oblivion and Morrowind? Because I don't know, like, the exact times, but I'm used to there being a shift quite a bit. Lobshunker says, I can only see the Imperials being better for Skyrim, but I'm not saying the Empire is perfect. Fine as a comment. Timothy says, that's how many of the 5 at first felt about Star Wars. Some, if the higher-ups are crazy, but if the people benefit, it can't be all bad. Lol. Holy Moly says, but in Star Wars, the guys with Storm in their name work for the Empire, not against it. Therefore, any comparisons between the two are automatically validated. And also, please don't sue us. First, I think, Holy Moly has got us all beat there. Time to pack up and go home. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about where I like it when people interact with each other and aren't arguing. This... Mwah, perfect. Lord Shunker, Timothy, Holy Moly, gold stars all around. It's only 6 year. Wow. I think you're reading up. Yeah, 6 years really isn't much. Although it's a long time for me. Okay, McGarry here. Skyrim belongs to the Empire. Well, Skyrim belongs to Falmor. Skyrim belongs to the Dragons. Skyrim belongs to the Mudcrabs. Skyrim belongs to the Argonians. Is my current Discord thing. Join my Discord in the description below. Skyrim belongs to the Argonians. That's spelt wrong. Can't believe I'd spell Argonians wrong. That's probably spelt right. I changed my Discord status to Skyrim belongs to the Argonians like a week or two before I was done with the videos. And... Oh, we've got Flexible Nerds one. And I had, like, some random person from a different server just be like, hey, I really like your Discord name status thing. And I was like, oh, thanks. It's nice. We have to be after reality stabilised. We could play Mario Man before it was so mundane. But this is, I saw someone a few years ago saying that people who made Doom 2016 should do a game about planning a crusade against the Aliad. Yeah. Yeah, you hear that? I'm glad this wasn't the first comment. I used to be an adventurer like you were till I took an arrow to the knee. An arrow. Not a arrow. Come on. Okay, Flexible Nerds put, didn't think about it actually being Talos' Empire, but I lean more towards the Empire regardless, mainly due to Ulfric's actions. It's easy to side with Stormcloaks out of the gate, and it's fun to join the rebellion and be a badass. Rah! That said, logically speaking, Ulfric's an ass. I want to use that against people now. Logically speaking, you're an ass. Not just for his extremely racist and xenophobic attitudes, just look at what the Stormcloaks did to the Forsworn, and how they just want to murder everyone. Another solid comment, Flexible. Oh, there's my comment, not as long as the old one. Yeah, much easier to read through. Okay. What am I going to comment to this one? I feel like I have to comment to this one at least. I'm just going to put in what I said there. I want to use... Logically speaking, you're an ass. As a regular day-to-day insult IRL. It's genuinely quite a funny thing. Just like, logically speaking, you're an ass. I love it. I love it. J. Junko, who I think left a very good comment earlier, says, correction, shields do not level up heavy or light armor, and are not affected by the mage armor perk in the alteration tree. FYI for current users. Can someone confirm if it's true or not? Because I'm just going to put that. I always hear so much conflicting stuff about this. Probably should have just gone in game myself to test it out. And I'm not going to. Ha ha ha! Look at me lie. Not technically lying. Flexible says, I did elaborate in Stormcloak vid, of course, but I was mainly wanting to see what you would say about it before I made a full reply. What? Someone not only waiting till the end of the video, but the end of 2 videos to put their own opinion, take on things. Flexible, you are 1 in a million. So often people do just leave comments based on a title. And I think it's an annoyance that every YouTuber has. Flexible says shields level up blocking. Oh no! Oh, but yes, shields do level up blocking. That much we know. But the light and heavy armor thing I've never been certain of. Freddy says, FYI for people interested in the Breach player ESO Markov DLC. Some very interesting lore and insights into their culture. Okay, this person who I got no idea how to pronounce their name says, finally some good story art for Kilo. Good stuff, sir. Thank you very much. Look at this. I think we're past the... Yeah, this is 4 days ago. We are past all the Civil War stuff. That was all the Civil War comments, so I'm going to reply to a few more of these. Just because we've only been streaming for a couple of hours, and my Pepsi's not done yet. I'm drinking it very slowly. So yeah, I'm going to reply to some of these, then refresh, and reply to more. So if anyone watching right now wants me to reply to a comment, now's the time you need to leave it for me to reply to it. Okay, Tamaki here says, Kellogg could have lived and gotten a DLC. Either you spare him or he takes control of Valentine, and the two of you go to the Mojave Wasteland. Kellogg has unfinished business there. I feel like going to the Mojave would have been quite an undertaking. Yeah. I'm bored with the general idea, but sometimes people will be like, why wasn't a DLC an entire another game? Oh, I'll have a lore question for a second. It says, I think your render would be a morally good companion. Go for them. Is there a written guide for the Skyrim build? Afraid not, because I probably don't have the script anymore. All that time spent replying, your beard didn't even grow. I know, terrible. I actually shaved the bottom of my beard off because I was getting very scruffy. Shield's definitely not affected by mage armor, as Balthasar did a shield best less conjuration build bots. Okay, here is the question. Don't Red Guards hate conjuration magic? Magni's putting here. I know Red Guards have a complicated relationship with, like, undead, but I don't know enough to confidently reply to this. I really don't. It's, yeah, I'm just not sure. So if anyone can tell me Red Guard's relation with conjuration magic, let me know. I think I, like, used Summon Flame Atronach or something with this character. That was it. Gets all says, why can't Fallout 4 have all of New Vegas as a DLC? Exactly! Balthasar says, I'll be glad when I come up with my 76 kick. I want to play ESO a bit every time I end up starting 76. Special interest thing, I'm role-playing Grognak. Nice. But it says they hate necromancy. Yeah, that part I'm aware of. I'm not really sure if there's a wider conjuration thing about it. Because isn't it like Red Guards aren't supposed to even take out or kill the undead, but then there's specific ones who do, but then they're kind of like social pariahs because they've got that job? Like, I do hope Elder Scrolls 6 is in Hammerfell because I've had to like research lore for all of the different races in Elder Scrolls, or that you can play in Skyrim, I should say. And Red Guards are the ones that interest me the most. For instance, it changes in some of the games, to be honest. Sometimes they hate it, sometimes they don't. Okay. I'll just put... Apparently, it's a somewhat inconsistent lore point. They definitely aren't fans of necromancy, but conjuration as a whole is a bit more of a grey area for them, it seems. Thanks, chat. Yeah, I believe they have a problem with conjuration in general, and necromancy in particular. They do favour elemental magic, though. It's usually just a little taboo. Yeah. My comment's good enough. Okay, Ultravirus says, bad quality sound, can barely hear without turning volume to max. I promise to only scream from now on. There we go. Like they tolerate it. Okay. Yeah, I did. This was one where I actually checked the video, and I was a little quieter than normal, but I wasn't like whispering like this the entire time or anything. Like you could still definitely hear me and stuff. It wasn't silent by any means. This was just, and this isn't a thing where I've had like tons of people commenting, so I'm not actually too worried about this. Hence, I'm joking a bit in there. But yeah, I did actual testing for this with other videos as well, and I think my videos in general are a little quieter than others. But yeah, destruction and restoration Red Guards have no problem with. It's an okay, at least you're destroying your enemies or something. Okay, that's his favourite build. Nice. 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 Just got to try your best, I'm afraid. I'm not actually any good at faces. Someone just asking me to do a guide on how to make a character look a certain way. Those videos do crap. I've seen them before. Nah. I like to read books on them lore and stuff, but like I said, it's been a while since I played, yeah. Registration, and welcome to BADCompanySarge. Yeah, did my little quiet. See, that was a super quiet voice, and I was way louder than that. Shane says, do you know about vendor Fairview Estates used to carry hundreds of rounds of 44? After posting this video, you can bet I do. Yeah, after posting this video, I mentioned how, like, .44 rounds can be somewhat rare, and there's about a dozen comments of people telling me about a vendor in Fairview Estates who sells a bunch of ammo. Okay, so on the PTS damage nerf, and you player and totally understand this nerf, it was too OP. No. Soups. Oh, on the Fallout sounds terrible! This is a fun one. I need to start faster, but what basically while he was doing it. There's a delay as well. I feel like it's 10 seconds? Wait a second. I'm gonna type the word ploppy. Alright, and I'm hitting enter now. So ploppy has just arrived in chat as I'm saying this now. From that you can work out roughly how long the delay is. Okay, Soup has put Fallout 1 and 2's OST perfectly captures the bleakness and eeriness of unforgiving and lawless wasteland your character was thrust into, and I always thought it was a shame that they went down the route of pushing 30s, 40s and 50s music because they diluted from the sense of unease, and as a result 3 New Vegas 4 and 76 OSTs felt weak or unoriginal. I don't have anything to add. Like, I don't think that's necessarily a bad comment, but I've just got nothing to add. But that was a video essay I really enjoyed as well. And I'm going to check if I lost subscribers overall from that. Oh, I can reply. It gives me auto replies here. It's lovely. Oh, and Dan's the top comment. Nice. How many subs did I lose from this? Oh, it went even. So yeah, I lost subscribers at the start, then I gained some, and then I gained some again. Okay. I broke even on that in the end. And that 41 pence! But that got claimed, so I don't actually get any of that. Alright. Nora's asking if I've made builds for Fallout 3 on New Vegas. I have done. You know what I can do? I'm not going to link them. I have made builds for those games. Just search BADCompanySarge Fallout 3/MV builds, and they'll pop up. Oh, they'll Oppo up! How'd I do that? Can't bother to link them. That comment stream. That was great. Oh, yeah. Oh, this one as well. Okay, we're getting to the poll, but this is where I'll stop probably. The top 10 spells in Skyrim Special Edition has been a... That's been my video which keeps getting views and I'm not proud of it all. But in that, I put healing as the #1 spell, because I was like, healing is helpful for everyone, you get it right at the start of the game, it saves so many people, it's just like a spell that's always good. Tasty says, actually, the best spell should be Circle of Protection, it's a master allowed me to cast so many master spells that it pays for itself in the end. So many people are like, no, that's not the best spell, the spell I like the most is the best spell. And it's like... I'm just going to put that I've never been a huge fan of master spells myself. And, oh, this one I did actually like. WK Games says you should do a best School of Magic build for every School of Magic. An example would be best Destruction build, best Automation build, etc. That's not a bad idea. Honestly, a little burnt out on Skyrim after searching for my last 2 videos, but it's something I'll keep in mind for the future. Genuinely, like, I'm surprised that I never did a best School of Magic build for every School of Magic. Like, I had to check, and I haven't done that. I haven't done, like, a best destruction, best alteration, best all that. So, yeah, I'm surprised I never did that. Okay, this comment is just talking about Kingdoms of Amalur being great. I love Kingdoms of Amalur so much. It's a great game. I'm just going to scroll for a bit. See... Oh, there's a bunch more comments. I replied to one of those. You know what? I think I'm getting to the point where I'm like, yeah, let's end it. Okay, then we're getting, like, some people... Yeah, I did a little post asking people if they prefer... What? Why do it that way? Yeah. Which side they prefer, and yeah, 63% Legion, 37% Stormcloaks. And look at that, 740 votes. Alright. No, music, that's too high intensity. That's better. Let's go good soon, see you next time. Farewell.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay. Okay. Comments if your opinion is wrong because it isn't mine. That's funny to get at least today. I've got bored of them at this point. Yeah, but there are a bunch of comments about like, oh, some people replying a lot. And then, okay, then it's back to me doing that. Yeah, I can't bother to reply to those. Let's refresh and just go for the next ones. Casper consumes his Sarge of Scrum 7th anniversary and playing as an orc for the first time. Do you have any ideas for a build? Yeah, if you check... Sorry, I was about to say something nasty there. It's just towards Avidfo. Yeah, if you type in BADCompanySarge orc build, then a bunch will pop up. Any of those. Flexible says, vanilla master spells aren't that great. Fortunately, I've gotten all the achievements for it because I really like playing with mods. Okay. Almost swore at this comment. I like that joke though. Okay, David put, as someone who's been a staunch fan of Imperials, this video made me think about changing sides. But I can congregate you. I am happy to be congregated. It's supposed to be congratulate. It's obviously like auto-corrected. But I really like how I get congregated. That's beautiful. It is beautiful. Oh my god, it's the outside Xbox music! Spoilers for the following games! Oh, it's always weird when I hear a song from the copyright-free library which I recognise as like from a different channel. That's weird. Where's Casper? Oh, okay. Against the Lord says both sides are wrong. It only comes down to choosing the lesser of two evils. Hey, that's what I said! I normally go with Imperials, but I've done a few Stormcloak playthroughs, and for me, in my very, very first playthrough of Skyrim, a fight that almost got me to side with the Stormcloaks with the Red Guards which up in Whiterun. They say the fight against Skyrim's bad group is alive and well in Hammerfell, which gave me thought if they can fight them off, the Nords could do too without the Imperials. It's always a tough choice for me. Ulfric himself is the reason I side with Imperials. Ulfric comes off as a snake to me. Fair enough. I feel like a lot of people go through that same mental journey when evaluating, yes, the two sides. That feels very hashtag relatable. Alright, here's what I'll check if there's any replies as well. You know, saving morally right, but still he's a jerk. No problem with that. Well, I don't even know what that means. Said it anyway. Flexible says that Level Up channel, or whatever they're called, has a great outro. I want some really good outro music. What I normally use, I can actually, or what I've been thinking about using, but I never actually do, is, you know what, I'll get rid of this, and then I'll play this song. This is what I've been kind of wanting to do for my outro music, Loop Court, but I just don't feel it quite enough. Like, I'd like to have a consistent outro music to play on the end card, but I just don't have one. But this one, I mean, we're about to hit 20 seconds as well, so it's like I can't just play it from the start because it's boring. But this is a bit too much. I'm playing it at the end. It's got too long a fade out. so I'm really not sure. Let's go for this instead for now, though. It's what people have actually posted it in full. Was a fun vid. Okay. Nice. Blue Eagle says, do you think you'd revisit some Fallout 76 builds before the changes and coming changes? I never plan on making another Fallout 76 build. I don't like making specific builds in 76. The game is very much based around, here is the correct ways to do things to be very strong, and the community is very much around that too for the most part. I feel like there's not really a space for me within the build community of 76, unfortunately. Hey, Beth to coming back with Impossible. That I like. I like how they kind of played into it. Alright. Ooh! 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 Roderick says... there's nothing remotely Viking-like with the Nords, or the Stormcloaks for that matter. You must be thinking of fantasy Vikings. Which is completely different. By the way, it's because of Ulfric Stormcloak that the Thalmor are allowed to go around arresting Talos worshippers. The Empire isn't ready to fight another war with the Outmarried Dominion, not even close. Okay, well, we don't need to reply to that. What else? Oh, Mr. Joshua says, I always felt like it was a hedged bet on the part of the Thalmor, in case the Stormcloaks win. They would take the embassy, find the dossier, then that would throw a shadow of doubt on Ulfric and throw everything into chaos. I feel like that's quite a reach. That's quite a reach. Bell's back. I realise my tired old guys could still handle the computer font. Yes, that's why I was leaving. Yeah, some intro outro music is out. It's too out there too. Like in your face. Gotta find what's right for your channel and you. Yeah. Okay. Have I got anything else to reply to? The little scrolly. Roderick's been going through there recently, hasn't he? So the Imperials and the Outlaws. Okay, this is a long one, isn't it? Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm not even replying to Roderick's stuff on there. Can't be bothered. I know I've just gone through it all, but now I'm just like, nah, I can't be bothered. Right, anything else I really want to go to? Oh, okay. Is this? You know what? I think I'm done with it. I think I'm done with it. Don't know what that word is. Look at the comments. Perfect. Alright. I think we're all good. Yeah, this was like 20 minutes ago. Anyone who's replied this quickly has said terrible ones. Sorry, Mr. Perfect Grammar. Terrible. Terrible! Gotta correct that. Okay, I'm gonna call it. Sorry, Void. You've shown up at the end. I believe so. That's fair. Plus, it seems like everyone's eventually in sports for metaless metas. Yeah. That's why, if Fallout 76 was a single-player game, I'd be happy doing builds for it. But the legendary system is what I don't like. I made a whole video about that. Okay, I think... Yep, that's good. I can't build to do anything else. So, we are going to go to the Please Stand By screen. Bye, everyone. I might stream on the weekend. Maybe like Sunday evening, this same kind of time. I might do it. I've just checked on my weekend and I've got the Pipcast, which is on Twitch. Go over to... Just join my Discord or follow me on Twitter and I'll send the link there. But Jared will be streaming D&D on Twitch with me, Kado, Crazy Eyed Eddie, and Jared Gaming, and hosted by Sean. The Pipcast, I've got a recording, which means on Sunday a new Pipcast episode comes out on Kado's channel, where we'll be discussing Fallout and recent gaming news. And then on Sunday I might stream as well. And that's it. Thanks everyone. Sarge out. The music's ended at just the wrong time. Alright, I'm just going to crank the music up, and we're going to call it. Bye everyone.